Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. Today we are going to talk about Azure Media Server. Before going to the video, let's understand what exactly we are going to talk about inside this video. We're going to talk about what is the Azure Media Services, what are the benefits, what are the concepts. We're going to talk about the architecture of Azure Media Service. We are going to talk about Azure Media Service use cases, and then we are going to have a demo in which I'm going to show you how basically you can create a media server service and how you can upload and encode or use the media service to stream that specific video, right? Let's quickly jump to the introduction. So Azure Media Service is a cloud-based platform that enable you to build the solution and achieve the broadcasting quality, video streaming, enhance accessibility, and the distribution, analyze content, and much more. So with the Azure Media Service, it's allow us to encode the video. It's allow us to enable the content protection. It allows us to do a live streaming and the on-demand streaming. It allows us to do the player client analytics as well. The media service can be used in the two way. Either it can be used to do on demand, and if we are doing a live streaming, or I can say a live telecast from our specific game, or maybe from the specific video, or maybe from specific episode, the Azure Media Service can be used in that kind of scenario as well. Azure Media Service are based on the REST APIs that enable us to securely upload, store, encode, and wrap the videos and the audio content from for both an on-demand and a video streamings delivered to the various clients. Those clients can be TV, PC, mobile, and any other like smart TVs, or maybe the Xbox, or also. So it's the media service can be widely used. It can be used, to provide a video, to provide the video streaming across all the platforms, or to the any clients like a TV, PC, or the mobiles. Here are the benefits of Azure Media Service: fast and secure content ingest, encoding, content protection, which is the one of the good feature, because with that one it allows to protect our content so that no one can copy that or no one can use that. Dynamic packings, live and on video on demand streaming, CDN integration for the best user experience, content management and indexing, right? So these are the benefit. Let's understand the media service concepts. So there's a lot of concepts up there. There's a lot of services or a lot of terms which used with the Azure Media Service, and here they are. One is the asset. So asset is the content of the digital file and the metadata about the file. This file can be audio, video, and image, and etc. So when you are want to host your on-demand video, that always get counted as a asset. Encoding is a definition process to convert a file into the multiple I can say a format or a standard format. Asset file that's contain a metadata about the media. Access policies define the permission and duration for the access to the asset. Locator is provide the entry point to the access to the file that contain a asset. It's basically locator is used to basically create the streaming endpoints or the URL so that people can access and use that URL to stream the video. Access policy is basically define the permission duration for the access set. Locator, I told you about the entry point to access the file that contain the asset. Jobs is used to process the one video and audio presentations. Channels is represent for the processing the live streaming content, and it's provide an input endpoint that a provider can use to stream the video. Program is enable us to control and publish storage of the segmentation in the live streaming. Streaming endpoint, it represent a streaming service that deliver the content connect protection. It's represent a protection service to the content uploaded. Monitoring, it's represent to the monitoring service to the overall media service. Security is represent the security service to the overall media service. So all of these are the concept and the sorry for that. So concept and the services which we eventually use inside the media service, and all of these terms are will be there basically to use enable the live video streaming or the on-demand video streaming. So we will be going to have a demo with on-demand video streaming. I'll show you how you can upload that and how you can basically uh, like access that videos using the endpoints. Architecture of media service. So this is how the delivery of on-demand video happens. So whenever you want to have a on-demand video enabled uh, for your uh, for your specific videos or in your specific lab application. In this case, so first we'll upload the high quality media in an asset, and then we encode it as a set of adaptive bits that read MPS MP4 files, and after that we configure the asset deliver policy. Asset deliver policy tells the media service how we want our asset to be delivered using the pitch protocol. Now we will be publish asset by creating on demand locator and then stream publish content. So this is how we do. We upload the video in the asset, and then we create the encoder job, and then create the policy like how exactly we want to do, or for what, how many time, how many specific time, or between what is the delivery policy looks like. And once the delivery policy is done, then we are going to tell us which protocol or which specific service we want to use to to stream the video. And then once we will publish the asset by creating on demand locator and the streaming publish content. So we're going to I'll show you how you can do inside in the demo. The next is the live streaming. We can broadcast content using the various live streaming protocol. We might go with the encoder our stream into adaptive read stream. We can preview our live stream also. Finally, we can deliver the content to the common streaming protocol such as a smooth and HLC etc. So in this case, we're going to create a one streaming endpoint. We're going to have an asset, and that streaming endpoint will be used by a third party, and we need to have that integrated with the media service, and through that we will be going to have the live streaming directly from the Azure Media Service. Here are the use case. So it can be used to deliver the videos in a various formats, so that they can be played in a wide variety of the browser and the devices. Stream live sport events in a large online audience like soccer, baseball, college, high school sports, and more. Broadcast public meeting and events. Analyze records, videos, or audio content. Create a subscription video service and stream DRM protected content whenever a customer need a restricted access, and use the proprietary copyright work. So the way you use a Netflix or the Prime or the Hosta services, you can also use that with the Azure Media Service. Deliver the offline content for playback on the aeroplanes, trains, and automobiles. Implement an education e-learning platform with the Azure Media Service and the Azure Cognitive Services API for speech to text capturing, translating to the multiple languages, so on. Use the Azure Media Service together with the Cognitive Service API to add the subtitle caption to the video and to the broadcaster to the to the video. Enable Azure CDN to achieve the large scale to the better handling of the higher load. So these are the use case which you can do. So specifically the use case for me is we can use Azure Media Service to provide a subscription based services to the end user, so that they can use media service to stream the video, like doing the live telecast of sports event, doing the live public meetings, and creating the e-learning platform using the Azure Media Service. So these are the few use cases which I can see are more advantage, or can enable Azure Media Service to be widely integrated with the live streaming or on-demand streaming. Let's move to the demo. So in the demo, I'll going to show you how you can create a media service and how you can upload your video to the media service, and then you can enable that video for a live streaming. All right. So I am already logging into the Azure subscription, right? And To create the media servers, you need two things. You need a storage account or you need a one managed identity. Why storage account? Storage account is required to store the video which you are uploading inside the media service, or the managed identity is required to give the permission to the media service on the storage account so that media service can access that asset and can give the can access that and can give the service to the users who is doing the on demand or the live streaming, right? To create the media service, we can search from the media service from top, and here we can click on create. We need to define the resource group in which we want to create a media service. We need to define the name. So we need to define the location. We need to define the storage account, and then we need to define the managed identity. In my case, I already have a storage account or user managed identity created, so I'm using that. But in case of if you want to create a new storage account, you can click on new storage account, and then you can provide the information about the storage account, and the same time you can create the managed identity as well. And then you need to click on accept all the rights to use the content files and agree all the Microsoft terms. Click on review and click on create, right? As soon as you create it, so in my case I already have a media services created, so I'm not going to create that now, right? So as soon as you click on create, it's going to take 5 minutes to deploy a media service. So when you deploy a media service, you would be able to see this is your media service, and then you will be see there is a managed identity has been deployed, and that managed identity have access to the storage account uh, uh, to read the storage account and to manage the content inside the storage account. So you see there's a reader account and that's a contributor account has been given to the storage account, right? And this managed identity is basically used, and this managed identity is directly integrated with the the media service. So for the see that, go to the media service, and if you go to the identity, you will be able to see there is a system managed identity is already enabled. And at the same time, if you go to the API access, you would be able to see this sorry this uh, the uh, the managed identity had been there, and you can use all of this information to integrate it with the media connect services, right? So that's how the integration happen, and these integrations are basically required so that whenever anyone is pushing the or uploading the video inside the asset, can that is video can be uploaded in the storage account, and then Azure Media Service can do their work and provide on demand or live streaming to the end user, right? So we do have plenty of options here. We do have an option to enable the encryption. We can enable the Microsoft managed encryption as well. We do have an option to see what are the storage account has been integrated. Is it a managed identity or the system authentication? So in our case, we already have a managed identity which we are using for authentication. But if you want to add more storage account, we can do that as well. You do have option to enable the private endpoint and the key delivery, like from the specific IP or from the all IP. So we do have an option to put the security. Either we want to only have a private endpoint and allow this media service to be available inside the organizations, or either we want to restrict it from the specific public IPs. We can do that as well. At the same time, we do have a API access. So this API access is basically used used to connect the media service with the any kind of third party services. You can do over the as this is a REST that this is basically use the REST API, so you can easily integrate them with the JSON, XML, and IMV files, and you can integrate directly with the your application. So these are the predefined settings which you need to copy, and then you can basically add them in your application to use that, right? And then you have the asset options where you are going to upload your video file. So we are not going to do it directly from the portal, because if you're going from the portal, there is a problem like you will not be able to encode it and you will not be able to stream it. So we're going to use a tool specifically created for this media service, and from there we'll be going to upload the video, and we're going to encode that. And then you do have a content key policy where you can create your policy. You can add what exactly is looks like. Do you want to use to add a fair play? You want to use a player ready, or you want to use well-defined policy, like what kind of token they need, what kind of issue it's going to be, what are the keys they need, right? And then accordingly you can do a license settings and all those stuffs, and you can enable your policy. And then at the same time you can use ASL clear key to protect or encrypt your content which you have uploaded to the media service. So you can create all of these policies. And then you do have your jobs, like either if you want to create your jobs, or if you want to create your transformations, you can do that as well. Like if you want to add the transformations, what kind of transformation you want to do. You want to create the audio transactions, you want to create the audio video analyzers, all of them you can do from here. And at the same time, if you want to add a job, like what kind of job you want to do, either it's encoding or all those things, you can do that as well. So uh, this is how you do a transform and job. You can create the jobs to analyze the video or encode the video. And then from the live streaming, you can enable the live streaming uh, to the media service. For that, what you need to do, you need to click on add event, and here you need to specify the name, you need to specify the description, then what kind of event is it. It is a standard pass through, is the basic pass through, is the standard encoding, or is the premium encoding. And then you do have option like either you want to use RTM, or either you want to use smooth streaming uh, in guess. And then you do have ID which you want to use, or which you need to use with provider, and then you need to use that ID with them. And then this is the your sample URL looks like, and then you can define your port, and from there you can basically have your live integration, live event enabled. So if you click on yes, and you create and review and create it, the live event cost will be get start charged, and the billing will be started. But if you don't want to do it right now, you can create it and you can keep it. As soon as your event will be live, or you want to start your event, you can come back inside the live event, and you can click on yes, and you can create the enable the live event. And then you do have option to see the streaming endpoints. What is your streaming endpoint looks like. So this is my streaming endpoints. In the streaming endpoint, I do have plenty of settings. Like with this one, I do have option to like from where a streaming access can be accessed. I can restrict it that, and with this I can see what is the streaming endpoint status looks like. What kind of audience reach estimate this streaming endpoint have. And then if you want to scale it, I can click on scale, and I can scale it as per my requirement. I can go to the premium and how many streaming unit I can have. If I say I want to have 1,000, so it will be automatically increase my concurrent viewers, and it will be going to be increase my estimate egress traffic as well. So this is how you can upgrade it with the standard. This is a default limit which you are going to get, but with go with the premium streaming endpoint, you can increase your streaming in units, and you can get a more concurrent viewers, and you'll get a more ingress limit for estimate for the traffic. And this is so whenever you enable your video, or whenever you create the on demand, or you create the live streaming, if you don't have your endpoint enabled, the video would be not be accessible, right? So in this case, if you see, this is the streaming, right? And as of now there is a no endpoint, and this is the host name. If I go to this host name, it's going to give us the error because it doesn't have any kind of endpoint. Earlier that was picking for from the cache, but if you refresh, it say this cannot be reached, right? So that's how the streaming endpoint become important. And streaming endpoint is something which allows you to stream the video from the media service, right? So let's quickly log in into the one of my machine where I have installed the tool, and let me show you how you can upload or encode a video directly from that tool. For the tool called Azure Media Service Explorer, this tool can be downloaded from the GitHub, right? In this case, what you need to do, in my case, I already have the resource ID in Azure AD tenant added. And if you want to pick up, you can click on pick up. You can select either you want to create a new or either you want to use the existing one. So connect with the account, you do have option, or you do have option to connect using the service principal JSON API access. So you can select the third option, connect to the account, providing the setting. Next, you need to provide the resource ID and you need to provide the Azure tenant ID for that. And then you need to click on add. As soon as you click on add, this is how it looks like. And then you need to click on connect. As soon as you click on connect, it will be going to ask you your Azure credentials so that you can log in inside this media service, right? Let me log in. Let me enter the password, and you need to wait for get this authentication. And as soon as the authentication is get completed, it will be start connecting to the media service. So now I am connected with the media service, and you'll see I don't have any asset inside the media service. To create the asset, what I need to go, I need to click on asset and I need to click on the upload, right? And then I can upload the file. So in my case, I already have a one sample video on the desktop, so I just need to click on select that video and click on open, and then I can select the storage account in which I want to upload. And then I do have options like what kind of SS string I want to use to create the file name, or something like that. I really I'm using the default setting, and then you just need to click on OK, right? So it will be going to take time to upload to the storage account, and we need to wait to complete that upload. Okay, so now the file is successfully uploaded. And now what I need to do, I need to go on the video. Okay, okay. This file transfer has been completed. If you go to the asset, you would be able to see the video. And then I need to click on the video, and I need to go to the encode. Uh, okay, I there's the option. Yep, process and encode, and then from here, create a job to process the asset, and select the asset. In my case, encode with the media encoder standard, and then it's going to be in the content adapted media bitrate. Okay. Uh, okay, content copy all bit. Okay, let's adapted stream. So let's keep it a adapted stream so that it can uh, do that and it can create that. And click on OK, and that's it, and submit the job. So it's going to take a little time to complete this encoding, right? So let's get this encoding complete. Once that uh, encoding is completed, what we need to do, we need to go on the asset, and then we need to publish that. And for that, we need to create a streaming locator. And once that streaming locator is done, we will be going to get the URLs through which we can access the uh, access the file or access the this video through the media service. Okay, so it's still in progress. So our job is in progress. So let's get this code completed. All right, so job is finished. This job is completely finished. Now what we need to do, we need to go back to the asset and and then we need to create the publish to the job or to the file which we have encoded, create a locator. So the stream locator will be going to be what kind of streaming policy we want to do. Either we want to do the clear downloading, clear streaming, either we want to do a downloading and streaming, either we want to do the only download, we want to use the multi DRMs, or we want to use clear streaming. So we do have option. I'm only doing it with the clear streaming, and then we can specify the date and time. I'm just don't defining it any name. I want to keep the default, and in the advanced I do have to generate a first locator. So that's something I don't want to do that, right? And then click on create locator. As soon as locator is done, you will see I have all the informations, all the URLs with the HLS and dash or and the stream smooth. I can use these URLs to stream the video, right? So if I go directly to this URL, or if I hit on this file, I can use them, right? So in this case, this is not running because my streaming endpoint is not enabled. So let's go ahead and enable the streaming point first. I don't want to have the CDN here, and once this is done, once the streaming point is enabled, I would be able to access that the files through the URL which I have created. So now it is enabled. My streaming endpoint is enabled. So as soon as I go back to my VM, or if I start using the main first file, I would be access the video, right? So it's not working for me. Let me go back and uh, this is not a stream smoothing. Let's select the other one. Most probably this is not working, so let's select this one and we can go this URL. Okay, now what we need to do, most probably this would not be allow you to direct. For that you need to go to Azure Media Player. uh, and from here we can basically run our uh, we can basically use this one here. We can basically go to the advanced file. Let me quickly remove this one. And here what we need to do, we need to replace our manifest file. And so let's go to the tool. Sorry for that. This is the tool. Let's select this URL. Let's go to the here and update player. And as soon as you done update player, you would be able to see the video which I have uploaded will be start playing using the Azure Media Service. I'm really apologies for that. You would not be able to directly browse in the browser. You need to have the media player, and you would be able to see now I can stream the video directly from the media player. Now, how I can show you that this is not this is the correct video, right? For that, let's close this one. Let's minimize this one, and this is my sample video. And if you see, if you go inside the sample video, this is the same video which I have selected, and you will be able to see both of them have a same content. And if you see in the parallel, right? So let me mute this one, and you will be see this is the same video which has been displayed on the Azure Media Player. So when you do a encoding or when you're done with the encoding, you will not be able to browse that video from the web. You can download it in case of if you have enabled the locator with the download policy also. But you need to go inside the Azure Media Player. You just need to go down. You need to update your URL with the metadata file or ISM file, and you need to update the player, and then you would be able to stream your video directly from the portal, directly from the Azure Media Player, not from portal. Sorry for that. Now, how exactly the changes looks like on your media service? So if you go into the assets, you would be able to see a two file, and if you go to the one, this is the one which is published. So if you click on this one, you would be able to see the streaming URL here. So these are the streaming URL for this video, and then in the advanced option you do have an option to enable for which specific streaming URL you want to do. So let's say I only want to go for the HLS. You can have the HLS, or if you want to go for the dash, or you want to go with the stream smoothing, you can select and have the streaming protocol enabled from them, and then you do have option to do the filtering. And at the same time, if you go inside the stream, you would be able to see there is the locator is already created, in which we're going to have all the URLs, the streaming URLs, and this locator is required to publish this website, and from here we can directly play as well, right? In case of if you want to do action, we can directly play from here, and we can delete the locator directly from here as well. And you will see this video is start time and create time is going to be this, and this is the start time and end time for this. And then once this is done, what you will be able to see, you would be able to see most probably a job which is already created. This is the adaptive job, and you will see this is the job which is the same job which we have created from the tool. And then at the end, how you would be able to see your streaming endpoints, and through which you would be able to see how exactly your egress or throughput look like. You will see this is what your throughput is look like, and this is your ingress bandwidth which is came inside the Azure Media Service. Well, uh, in this demo, we learn how we create the media server. We understand the media service concept. We understand how we can upload a media, how we can upload a video inside a media service, and how we can encode that, and how we can publish that, so that the end user can access that. And to access the video, we used Azure Media Player. We try to do it from the browser, but will not be able to do it since the browser doesn't have those capability. Azure Media Player is sorry, Azure Media Service is dependent for on the Azure Media Player. So we use Azure Media Player uh, to basically run the video, and the later on we validated like our both videos looks like the same, right? So this is what we learn in the demo. I hope you like this video. If you like, please click on like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and feel free to reach us in case of if you need any help. All right, thank you guys.